Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Mary Margaret, and today we are doing an updated Q&A. I just grabbed some Starbucks. We did a strawberry acai with lemonade. So good. I posted a Q&A box on my Instagram story. So those are all the questions that I will be answering today. If you didn't get to participate in this one and you want to send in questions for the next one, make sure you're following me on Instagram. I'll have it right here on the screen. This is kind of where I'm the most up to date and most active all the time. So definitely make sure you're following me on there if you want to be included in the next video. We have a pretty good variety today, so it's going to be a fun one. I don't even know where to start. We have a lot going on here. Let's see. Okay, let's start off with a good one. This one says, can you talk about how you quit your normal job to do social media and how it all worked? If you didn't know, before going full-time with influencing, I actually used to work an office job for a social media marketing agency. We worked with clients in so many different industries, so it was really cool to get that experience with like talking to a client, hearing their wants and needs, coming up with a strategy, executing it, reporting the analytics, and kind of like doing all that. It's what I actually went to school for, and I think that was another question was, did you go to college? Yes, me and my husband both went to SCAD in Savannah, Georgia. I graduated with my BFA in social strategy and management. I would say what I graduated with geared more towards like the business side of things, but obviously everything that I learned, like all those communication skills and negotiating and the business side of things, definitely comes in handy. But going back to that first question, I'm very grateful for the way everything kind of played out. I had that office job starting in 2020, and I believe going into 2021 a little bit, maybe for like a month or two. So I was living back at home at that time. No one was in school because of everything going on. And so I had a lot of time on my hands to kind of like get a job. And so that's what I did. And then I quit the middle of my senior year of college. It was becoming too much because my influencing was kind of starting to take off at that time. And between school, influencing, and my other job, I was like, I can't do it all. At that time, I was like, look, let's focus on the end of my senior year and enjoy it. Let's prioritize influencing if I do think it can go somewhere. And so I let go of the job, had a few more months to finish school and really focus on building my Instagram, my TikTok, getting more partnerships with brands. And around the time of graduation is kind of around the time that I was able to go full-time with social media. Just kind of all worked out exactly how it was supposed to. Okay, we're in a different spot because someone came and parked directly in front of me in this huge empty parking lot. And I was like, I can't. We're literally just like face off right now, and it was too much. So we moved spots. And I feel like that takes us into the next question, which says, how can I get over the embarrassment of taking photos in public? I think it's easier said than done. Some people, it doesn't affect them at all. They will start taking pictures in a room full of crowded people and it doesn't bother them at all. Sadly, that's not the case for me. I still deal with this today, and this is literally my full-time job for almost 2 years now. I think it does get easier over time. I definitely feel more comfortable than I did when I first started, but I do need some sort of like, not privacy, but I'm not just gonna go take pictures if there's like a billion people. I like to find areas that are a little less crowded, which one, it makes it easier to get pictures because you're not trying to like work around people being in the background or like someone trying to cross by and then you have to like wait for them to pass. So I try and find areas that aren't as busy, and this usually helps with my fear of taking pictures in front of people. Odds are like no one's gonna sit there and stare. It's a very rare occasion when someone does do that, and I find being with like a group of people helps rather than like if it's just me and Noah shooting and like he's just taking pictures of me, I'm the only one sitting here like posing. I get kind of awkward then, but if I'm with like a group of girls and everyone's kind of taking pictures, it just feels more like normalized, I guess, and so it makes me feel more comfortable then. But yeah, it's something that I still deal with too, so definitely don't feel alone, but I think the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. Next question is asking for my workout routine. I would be lying if I said I had a workout routine. I really don't. I wish I did. It's something I'm trying to get better at. And I feel like I always start like, I'll like set this goal and I'll like go hard for like 2 weeks, like every single day. and then either like I'll get a little bit sick, or like people come in town, or we go on a trip and then I just fall off. The ways that I stay active, even if I'm not like consciously making a decision to do it, it's just things that I realize that I do in my everyday life, is we take our dog on walks all the time, or we'll go to the beach and throw the ball with him, which like you end up having to run around to like chase him to catch the ball, stuff like that. Me and my friends like to play beach volleyball sometimes. We'll just bring the ball out and hit. Every now and then I'll go to the gym. I like to do 12-3-30 sometimes. It's an incline of 12, speed of 3 for 30 minutes. That is a good one. You will be sweating after. It sounds easy, but it's hard. And then other than that, I love doing hot yoga. I try and go once a week, 2 times a week would be ideal, but hot yoga is my favorite workout because you're stretching, you're moving your body. It's also heated, so you come out dripping in sweat. I swear it is the best workout. We took the boys one time and they were like, they could barely keep up. So if that says anything, definitely try it if you have a hot yoga studio in your area. Next question says, how many tattoos do you have and what do they mean? I have 6 tattoos, and every time I've gone and gotten a tattoo, I've gotten 2 at a time. So I've only gotten tattoos 3 times, but I have 6. I'll try and put pictures on the screen of all of them if I have like a good close-up shot. But the very first tattoo that I got was this one. It is 6/15, which is my birthday. I was born on June 15th. So that's just my little birthday right here. The other one that I got at the time of this one is actually on my ankle, so I can't show you guys that one right now. But it's on the inside of my ankle, so you can't see it if I'm just like standing, because it's on this side, not the outside. It's just a little star. I got that one soon after my pawpaw passed, which is my mom's dad, and then my mamera's also passed. I wish that my kids one day would be able to meet them, so it's just kind of a little remembrance to them. My next tattoos I got done in New York last year when we were there for Fashion Week, which it's this one right here. It says gratitude, and it is in very thin script, dainty handwriting. I am obsessed with this one. I was a little bit worried because this one's probably my most like showy tattoo because you can see it the most. But it's so thin, it's so dainty, and this is the one that I get the most compliments on. Also got this little bee right here, which is for my maiden last name, Boudreaux. It's for me and my siblings. I have 3 siblings. They actually still haven't gotten theirs yet. We were supposed to all get it together, but we now all live in different states, so I was like, you know what, we'll all get it at our own time. We all just wanted something like simple and dainty, and so that's kind of what we agreed on, but I am still waiting for them to get theirs. My most recent tattoos, the other one is on my other ankle, but it's on the back, like right above my Achilles, so again, I can't show you guys that one right now, so I'll have a picture on the screen. I had this pinned on my Pinterest for years. It's just like a little bit of a double meaning. It is the shape of a cross, but the horizontal part is the curve of a wave, and we live at the beach. I love the ocean, and I felt like it was just a fun little double meaning. I also got these 3 little dots on my right hand. They were just for fun. I was testing out if I want to get more hand tattoos, and I definitely think I do, so it was just kind of like a starter step to see what else I would want to get. Next question asks, when did me and Brinley meet? I believe we met either last April or May, so it's been a little bit over a year, which is crazy because I feel like after we met, we really just hit it off. You know those friendships where like you never have an awkward stage? I feel like that was it for us. It just feels like we've been friends for so many years, and like our husbands get along, they're best friends now. Now we have a business together a year later, which is honestly just insane. Our parents say that all the time. They're like, do y'all realize like how lucky you guys are to have friends like that where you just hit it off and things just click so easily? So we're very, very grateful to have them in our lives and now be business partners together. It seriously feels like a dream. And I think that's another thing people think is like, oh, like if I don't have friends for like 5+ years, like why does everyone have like these friends from childhood and all of that? And it's like, you never are going to be at a point where you have to stop making friends, and you could meet someone when you're 30, when you're 45, and even older and click right off the bat with them and still have just as good of a friendship with that person as someone you would have had a friendship with when you were 7. You know, it's like there's no time limit on when you can make friends, and I think especially being in your 20s is like a whole different stage of life of meeting new people. Everyone's at different parts of their lives. But yeah, we met literally a little bit over a year ago, which is insane. Next question asks for my curly hair routine. I feel like I can't really say that I have a strict routine because honestly, every single time that I wash my hair, I feel like I'm doing something different. I've gone through so many different phases of shampoos and conditioners, and honestly, I like testing out new ones. So I really haven't stuck to anything for like a long period of time, but ones that I've loved in the past, if you're looking for a more affordable option, is Kristen S, like the pink bottles. I know they sell it at Target and it's very inexpensive compared to like salon hair care brands. So I loved her products. I used the shampoo, conditioner, and the leave-in spray. And then I also love the It's a 10 leave-in spray. It was really good on my hair. I also love the Gizu honey infused hair oil. I still use that all the time. And the Olaplex, I don't know if it's the Bond Perfector, but it's like the leave-in product. So I usually mix the hair oil and the Olaplex leave-in. I'll like rub them together and put that on my ends. Really the only time I brush my hair is after I wash it and it's wet to get out any knots, and then after that I don't touch it and I just kind of let it air dry, and this is usually what it comes out looking like. Next question is asking for a restock on honey. So we actually have our blue Luxe Crinkle and our yellow Luxe Crinkle are on their way right now for the restock in all sizes. We're also adding extra small, so those will be the first two to include extra small, and then as we restock other products, eventually everything will include extra small because we had a lot of requests for that. So that is coming soon. Our goggles and our hats are on the way. Those like honestly might be live at the time you guys are watching this, or they're about to be live. So if you're not following Honey or me and Brinley, make sure to go follow us, turn on post notifications, because that is where we alert all of our restocks, our drops, our new collections, everything like that. And our VIP signups are the first to know about like anything. They also get early access. So for products that sell out fast, like our goggles, you're definitely gonna wanna be signed up for that so that you don't miss out. Next question asks if I am on birth control. I actually am. I have been on the pill since my either sophomore or junior year of high school. So it has been a very long time. I graduated in 2018. So I've been on it for 7 years, which is actually crazy to think about. But me and Noah are not looking to have kids anytime soon. At least I don't think. So I will probably stay on it at least for a little bit longer until I feel comfortable coming off of it. I know everyone has totally different experiences with it. Some people hate it, some people break out, gain weight, all of these different things. And it really just is such a personal experience because again, it affects everyone differently. Thankfully, I have never had any like negative side effects from it. And the reason that I got on it was because my period in high school was the worst. I had awful lower back pain. Like I would almost pass out because of how bad it was. My cramps were awful, and also my flow was extremely heavy. I would go through a super tampon in like 30 minutes to an hour, and now my period is extremely light. I'm so thankful I don't deal with any of the annoying pains and cramps anymore, but I know everyone experiences totally different things. Next question says, can you talk about the business side of content creation? I feel like people think of content creation and influencing just as like going to sunset and taking pretty pictures and post on Instagram and then you're done for the day. I know that's what it can seem like maybe from like the viewer standpoint, but on the business side of things, like honestly, most of my days are spent sitting at my laptop editing YouTube videos, which can take anywhere from like 2 to 5 hours depending on the footage. I have to go through all of my emails, which build up really fast. You're going back and forth between a brand if you don't have management. I handle all of my collaborations on my own, so I'm doing all of the back and forth about the details, the posting requirements, the deadlines, the negotiating on price points, invoicing, all of that stuff, which consumes a lot of my time. And then I also have to do a lot of the tracking for tax purposes because I am self-employed. If you work an office job or any other 9 to 5, they take all of your taxes out, whereas if you're self-employed, it's kind of up to you to do all that, keep track of all of your write-offs and everything like that. And then there's also like all of the filming and the editing for TikToks and Reels and YouTube Shorts. And there's just a lot more that goes into it. And like maybe if you shoot photos and the brand doesn't approve it, you have to go out and reshoot, and then you have to deal with weather. And there's just a lot of back-end stuff, which I'm not complaining at all. I literally love what I do. I'm so grateful for it, but I think there's just a lot more that goes into it that people don't see online typically. All right, next question asks if we have any vacay plans coming up. We actually are about to book our flights for Hawaii in September. I have not posted this anywhere on like my TikTok or Instagram or anywhere else, so you guys are the first to hear it. But we will be going back to Hawaii in September. I am so excited. Hawaii is one of me and Noah's favorite places. We've been twice now, and every time we've gone, we go to the same area on the North Shore of Oahu. We just love it. Every time we're there, we're like, why don't we spend more time here? So we are going back. We'll be with Brinley and Lucas for a little bit, and obviously shooting some honey stuff. So get excited because we have lots of new fun things coming. But as of right now, that's kind of like our bigger travel plans that are coming up. Next question asks who my favorite artists or songs are at the moment. I feel like I'm never one to be like, oh, this is my favorite song or like my favorite artist, but I will say my favorite genre is country music. I don't know if that's like going to be surprising to some people, but I swear I could listen to it forever and never get tired of it. There's a few questions asking about like life goals, 5-year plan, kids, so I feel like I'll kind of answer that all in one. We would love to have kids. Like, I am so ready to be a mom. When I was little, I wanted to be a teacher because my mom was a teacher. I'd get to help out in her classroom. I grew up babysitting for a lot of our family friends, and I've just always loved playing with kids and like holding babies. It literally warms my heart. I'm so excited for that chapter of our lives to come, but in a perfect world, my plan would be to have kids when I'm 25. I'm 23 right now, so I feel like that gives me a year and a half, 2 years to kind of make that possible. But obviously that isn't a perfect world. We would love kids right now if that was the case, but we did just start a business. We would love to build that, and we're also trying to buy a house. Obviously right now, if you're also looking in the housing market, then you know that the interest rates are crazy right now. Right now they are 8%, which is actually insane. So we're kind of on a hold with house searching right now because it's kind of just pointless to be looking while the interest rate is that high. We were actually, right before we left for Europe, we were like ready to put an offer in on a dream home that we found. It felt too good to be true from the start. So once we found out what the interest rate was, we were kind of like, well, shoot, like that's not happening. So we still have our eyes out. We're always looking on Zillow and stuff, but it's not like something that we're like, we need to get a house right this second. Our lease ends in March for our apartment, and the apartment's great. It has plenty of room. It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So we have a ton of space, and like it's perfect for where we're at right now. But obviously within the next year and a half, we would love to be in a house. So yeah, we're kind of just like crossing our fingers for perfect timing on that. Around the time that our lease ends, that something will pop up. Interest rates will hopefully be a little bit lower and we'll be able to lock something in. But yeah, that's kind of the update on house and kids for now. Next question asks for my dream travel destinations. I feel like Mallorca was really high up there on the list for me and Noah, so it was really fun to be able to check that one off. If you haven't watched our Mallorca vlog, I'll link it up here in one of these corners. Other travel destinations that we would love to go to would be, I think, like the BVIs or UVIs, any of like the islands. I would love to like rent a boat for a week and just sail around, dock in a few different areas. I would also love to go to Bali and Switzerland. I'd love to go back to Australia. If you didn't know, Noah's dad's side is from Australia, so he has dual citizenship. I've been to Australia twice now with him, but we always go to the same 2 areas where his family is located. So if we were to go back, I would love to go to the Gold Coast and like explore Byron Bay area. Those are a few of the places I can think of off the top of my head right now. All right, next question asks, have I always lived in a beach town? I was born and raised right outside of New Orleans, Louisiana, and I lived there my entire life up until I left for college. I went to school in Savannah, Georgia, lived there for 4 years, and And then at the time that we graduated, me and Noah moved straight to Santa Rosa Beach, Seaside, 30A, Florida area, which is only like a 3.5 hour drive from my hometown, which is not bad at all. So I did not grow up in a beach town, but I did grow up going to beach towns. Like that was like our vacation spot all through high school. That's where me and my friends went for spring break and all of that. So we were very familiar with the area that we're in now. And we kind of always knew we wanted to end up here. We just thought it was going to be later down the line. So we're very grateful to be here. I see us staying here for as long as I can tell. Like I don't really think there's any other places we see ourselves living. The plan is to stay here. We want to raise our kids here, have a family here, and I see us being here for a really long time. I think that's everything that I'm going to answer for today. If there are any other questions that I didn't get to answer, leave them down below and I'll try and get back to you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video.